Here are 5 predictions for the housing market in 2025. Now, Jeff Tucker, the principal economist for Windermere Real Estate, just came out with his top 5 predictions. And since they seem to be consistent with some of the major sources such as Zillow, CoreLogic, Redfin.com, National Association of Realtors, I wanted to share these with you in just a really simple bullet points. By the way, I'm Stephen Hurd with Hurd Homes Real Estate. I have helped well over 250 families in the last 15 years buy and sell real estate, and tracking the market has been something that has been very, very helpful for me in my career. But I will tell you, you cannot predict what's going to happen next year because major events such as COVID, a recession, changes in government policy could derail things. So this is based on the information that we have now. This is what we expect to happen. So first, let's talk about number 1, which is existing sales. So existing sales were like this in 2020, 2021, 2022, rates went up, and now they've been like this, and they've been really, really low. So we're talking recession levels low. There's been low inventory and low pending sales. We're expecting next year to have a little bit more pending sales because we have been at all-time lows. So what does that mean? If you're a buyer out there in the marketplace, you're going to experience a little bit more competition in 2025 than you did in 2024. And that will mean that housing prices will likely go up, whether it's a little bit or a lot, we don't know, but with more competition comes higher prices. Now, I'll give you a comparison. In Orange County, California, we normally have like anywhere between 2,500 and 3,500 homes that enter escrow in a given month. That's existing home sales, homes that go into escrow every month. Right now, we have about 1,700. So we've got a very small portion of what we've normally had in Orange County. And so those pending sales are really low. Now imagine we're in a county where there's 4 million people, but only 1,700 homes that sell every single month. So there's a super small amount of sales happening right now. Cool, so that's number 1 prediction. Number 2 is that interest rates will go down. Now here's what we're thinking is going to happen. And most of the major authorities in the country are predicting that interest rates will go down, but they will go down slightly. So we don't anticipate a major rate drop. Why? The Fed raised the federal funds rate because they wanted to slow down government activity and the economy because it was going way too fast. Now they said, okay, we've slowed it down enough. Now we need to stimulate it again, but we want to do it really, really slowly. So they did their first cut on interest rates in October, and they're most likely going to be planning another one in December, and possibly just the next day or 2 here. So we're anticipating rates will come down a little bit. We don't really think it's going to be major. In fact, it would probably be bad for America if there was another real estate boom. I, as a real estate professional, can tell you in Orange County, people are spending 70-80% of their income on their house. So to have housing prices go up again, sure, it would be great for realtors and lenders, but it would not be good for consumers. So I'd actually like to see things get stable or even go down a little bit. Would be nice for most people. Okay, so number 3 is affordability. If you're buying a home today and you're getting a 7.5% interest rate, we're hopeful that next year you can get maybe a 6 or a 5.5% interest rate. Now, this is predictions based on the data we have today, but the interest rate market is really tied to the bond and the 10-year treasury bond. And so we're gonna have to pay attention to that to see where rates are going to go. And it is something that is very volatile. It is really not stable right now in these inflationary times. So we're thinking it's gonna go down, but honestly, nobody really has any solid information about that, so stay tuned. The 4th thing, which I think is absolutely interesting, is that more parents in 2025 will help with home purchases. So here's what's happening, or here's what I think is happening. I think that people are going to school and they're taking on a lot of debt, they're getting out of school, and they're realizing that maybe how much money they would hope they would make does not match with inflation. So they've been in school for the last 4 years. They were hoping to make $100,000 a year. They get out, they get a $100,000 a year job, but now it costs $150,000 to live in Orange County, right? And so their expectations were not met. And so now they're reaching out to their family and they're saying, hey, you guys have got all this equity in this home you bought in 1970. Could you help me out with a little bit of a down payment, right? And most of the parents I'm seeing are willing to do it or actually glad to do it, you know. And so it seems like something that's more and more, if your parents have assets, you're going to have a better chance at buying a home. Now, obviously, not everybody has that privilege of having parents who made smart real estate decisions 10, 20, 30 years ago. Side note, if you want to be a blessing to your kids, start making good real estate decisions now, so 20, 30 years, you can bless them. But with that being said, we're seeing lots of more families step in and help with purchase because you can give a gift for a down payment for most loans, and you can help out your kids if you want to. So that is something that we're going to see as a new trend. Mommy and daddy are going to be coming shopping with their kids. My recommendation to young people is be independent, save your money, be ultra frugal. Don't rely on your parents for a down payment. Instead, start with the cheapest, ugliest home you can find. Fix it up yourself. Do something respectable and commendable. That's going to give you a better sense of freedom in your home purchases, and you're not going to have any conflict with your family financially. So that's my advice to young people. My advice to older people, if you are to give your kids money for a down payment, you better have some strings attached there that if they sell, they got to pay you back. Don't just give it out to them outright because they're not going to value it. They're not going to value a $200,000 gift, right? So give it to them with the thought that if they sell, they have to owe it back, and partner with them on the loan or be on title with them so that they can't just cut you out of that. Seen that happen. Okay. And then the fifth prediction is that housing prices will not fall. Now, here is the concept behind this. When supply is low, demand is high. When demand is low, supply is high. Right now, supply is very, very low. There's only really two places I'm aware of in America that have an abundance of supply, and that is Austin and Florida. If you're living in those areas and you can explain to me why there is such a heavy supply of homes, I would actually love to learn that. But I can tell you in Orange County, California, and all of Southern California, we're used to having this many homes on the market, and we have about this many homes on the market. So the average of homes we had between, let's say, like 2013 and 2019, we had, let's say, 6,000 to 8,000 homes for sale on the market. Today in Orange County, we have about 2,500 to 3,000 homes on the market. So it's just super low supply. So because of that, we believe that if rates go down a little bit, houses get a little bit more affordable, there's already low inventory, we believe that the price of housing is going to go up. Now, I don't believe it's going to be a boom, or at least I hope not. So let's say prices go up, they're average 2 to 4%. That means $1 million home is going to cost you, $1,050,000, next year, right? Or a year from now. So it just means that it's going to be slightly higher, and your payment might go up $200 to $300 a month. So my advice for home buyers is buy earlier in the year. My advice for sellers is try to sell before June, because after June, the summer hits and people kind of check back from the market. So most of the price growth that we have is from that February to June timeframe. So it's kind of in everybody's best interest to move in the first half of the year, because what I tend to see, and I'm even seeing it right now, we're in the holiday season and it's just really slow. There's not a lot of people out there buying and selling homes right now. They're focused on the holidays, they're focused on overcoming inflation, and it's just a little bit slower. So those are the 5 predictions that we expect in 2025. Comment below any questions you have, any other thoughts you might have. Again, there is no crystal ball. This could be totally changed by a major event, but based on the data we have today, that is the most accurate data from companies like CoreLogic, who track all real estate in all major metropolitan areas. They've got the best data possible. This is what is being indicated is going to happen. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next videos.